Folks, this is Lawrence with another episode of Fellowship of the Father. And I want to talk about duality and chaos and what those two things mean. And there's differences between them, and there's commonalities between them. And I don't think anyone really likes them, but I can explain why we have to deal with them. So that's what we'll be talking about in this episode. So what is duality? So duality has something to do with two different things, which is can relate to male and female energies. So male would be more on the controlling aspect of things, and female would be more chaotic, multi-level, all at the same time, which can come across as chaos, which is really a different form of order. So if you see the way that nature has a tendency to run, you're finding out that the core behind the design of the universe itself are fundamental geometric shapes that create a larger reality. So what seems to be chaotic to us is actually has an order within itself. So we can look into, say, concepts, things that you might want to study out would be things like sacred geometry, or different dimensions, how those all relate together. Just even making the leap from third dimension to fourth dimension to fifth dimension. Those are kind of mind-blowing concepts. And the reason being is we're trying to understand something that is above anything we've seen. Instead of dumbing ourselves down for the ABCs, we're trying to understand, trying to explain arithmetic to a 3-year-old. You know, it's a little bit different. So anyway, so what I want to talk about with the duality. So as I was stating in another video about the ages. So we're currently in the age of Pisces, moving into the age of Aquarius. So within these ages, we have something called the dualities. So the symbol would be two fishes, and one fish is swimming one way and one fish is swimming the other way, up and down. And kind of relates a bit to the yin-yang symbol. And so what that means is male and female energies. So one's going one way, one's going another way. So ask yourself this question: do you ever find yourself in a place where, say, you're at a church and you're wondering why they're doing this amazing work, and then out of nowhere someone does something stupid that just absolutely levels the place? So say like a minister sleeps with someone other than his wife, or someone embezzles money, or something like that. Well, that's because we live in a dualistic age, the age of Pisces. So it can't be good or bad. It has to be good, bad, bad, good. It has to be both simultaneously. So we'll go to war for a good cause, and we'll end up causing great damage to those societies. So if you ever wonder why that would happen, that's what it is. It's that dualistic system. So what's the difference between that and, say, chaos? Well, chaos is disorder. It's not the same as order. Like order, think about order in a linear fashion. So if I were to say it's time to clean a room, the first thing I'd do is I would empty the room, and then I'd take everything from the outside of the room that I wanted back in the room. I'd put it in nicely, probably at 90-degree angles angles, and if I'm feeling really feisty, maybe I'll put it in at a diagonal to the wall or something. For the most part, it's going to be 90 degrees, it's going to be clean, and you put me in charge of it, and it's probably not going to be a lot going on in that room. Maybe a lamp, maybe a notepad, and a place for my phone. Now you have my wife do the same thing, clean that room. What she'll do is the room will get destroyed somehow. Everything will be moved into the center of the room where there's a pile, and somehow within all that, she ends up cleaning the room up, and at the end of the day, it looks probably cleaner, but there's also more stuff in it. So that's kind of the difference between chaos and order, or the dualities and just flat out chaos. Chaos says, I know what I'm doing it on multiple levels, and don't ask me to quantify what I'm doing. I'm just doing what I'm doing. It feels natural. And so, like, I would go in there and ask, why are you doing it this way? I don't think I ever will get a straight answer, because there's no answer that needs to be had, because she knows what she's doing, and that's it. But male energy says, look, let's do it, let's prove it, and let's duplicate it, and we'll get in control of the situation. So that's kind of the difference between it all. And I think you're probably asking, well, what's that have to do with Christianity? I think it has everything to do with Christianity. What does it have to do with religion? Everything. Why are people dying because of religion? Religion's supposed to be positive. So it's a positive negative, right? I saved myself. I'm feeling great about this. So now I want you to do the same thing. Well, I don't want to do the same thing. I'm going to keep harping on you till you do the same thing. Well, then we aren't going to be friends. Okay, well, looks like Jesus is going to start sorting this out, and one person will go to the left, one will go to the right. And that's duality in a nutshell, right? It's not coexisting, it's counter-existing. So my political party against your political party. And that the explanation for that is the age of Pisces. So we're in for a big change fairly soon. I don't know if it's within a couple months or a couple years. I would say it's not within any more than 2 decades. But things are changing, and whether or not you're comfortable with change, that's a whole different topic altogether, but it's on the way. So anyway, maybe I'll try to post some kind of scripture to back all this stuff up. I'm sure it's there. But anyway, this is Lawrence with Fellowship of the Father, and hopefully that you found that useful, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day, and I will see you.